Hi everyone, thanks for joining me and welcome to Coastal Psychic Vibe Spiritual School Episode 3. I'm coming to you from the beautiful Summerland Point in New South Wales, Australia, and I'm your host, Kimm. And today we're talking about two practices that completely change the way I relate to myself. That would be with my emotions and my spiritual connection, and definitely that would be breath work and meditation. Most people, when they hear these words, they often imagine like sitting cross-legged, trying to stop their thoughts, or doing something complicated. But the truth is, it's much simpler than that. Breath work and meditation are about becoming not becoming someone different. They're more about coming back into a relationship with yourself. And for anyone that's going through a spiritual awakening, these practices become incredibly important because, awakening doesn't just happen in the mind or spirit, it also happens in the body and the nervous system. And, when people begin awakening, they often feel, they start feeling really deeply and their intuition starts to open and they start to become more aware of energy. And when that happens, old emotions sort of start to surface. And what many people expect would feel more like an enlightenment can definitely feel some more times more like anxiety or overwhelm, and definitely that emotional intensity that comes with it. And this is all it happens because your awakening expands awareness. And if the nervous system is hasn't learnt quite how to feel safe with that expansion, that experience can definitely feel destabilizing. And this is where breath work and meditation become really powerful allies. They help the body slow down, regulate, and then integrate what the spirit is opening to. Breath work is one of the most powerful tools we have because, the breath is that bridge between the body and the mind. And, most of the time we just breathe automatically without really even noticing it. But, when we consciously change our breathing, we send those signals directly to the nervous system to slow down. And, that steady breathing tells the body that you are safe and relax. And, you don't have to be in that fight or flight mode. When I first began practicing breath work, I realized how much tension I had actually been holding in my body. The stress and the trauma and, that emotional suppression had really created a constant state of alertness for me. And, my breathing was really shallow, my body rarely felt calm or, felt safe. But as I started to begin slow breathing regularly, that breathing, something started to change in myself and my body, and my mind definitely became a lot clearer, and my intuition became easier to hear. When your nervous system relaxes, awareness really does open naturally. And breath work supports spiritual awakening. It really grounds you and just brings you back into the body. And spiritual experiences can sometimes feel, pull people into the mind and that heightened awareness. And the conscious breathing really brings you back into that physical presence. And the breath work can definitely help release stored emotions as well, and that in stored energy. And as our bodies do hold on to those emotions, that don't get processed through that gentle breathing practices, those energies can really start to move and release safely. When the nervous system is regulated and intuition and clarity connect, that connection to your intuition, and that does really become a lot easier. And, that's why meditation works alongside, the breath work beautifully. However, like meditation is definitely misunderstood, and many people believe meditation means, stopping your thoughts entirely. And, in reality, meditation is simply just the practice of observing the mind rather than, being controlled by it. When we sit quietly and bring that attention to our breath, or the present moment, we begin to really notice something important. Our thoughts come and go, emotions do come and go, and sensations. But most of that above all that is, that really deep stillness that we're looking for. And, meditation really allows us to access that stillness. It creates a space between us and that constant stream of thinking. Um, and in that space, clarity appears, and your intuition does become stronger, and your connection to spirit becomes easier to feel. When the mind is constantly busy, it can be really difficult to hear intuitive guidance, and it's really like trying to hear that whisper in a noisy room, if you know what I mean. And but meditation does quieten that noise for you to start listening to your higher self. And, many people believe intuitive abilities come from doing more, learning more, even trying harder. And, most often it's just, opposite that is the case. Uh, Intuition becomes clearer when we slow down enough to listen. And the breath work and meditation work beautifully together to allow that to happen. The breath work calms the body first, and then the meditation then allows the mind to settle. Because as we know, when the body does feel safe and the mind does become quiet, presence really does naturally emerge. And it is the presence that we're looking for. It's the doorway to spiritual awareness. And for me personally, breathwork and meditation were really powerful tools in my healing journey. And I really believe that they are the first steps in listening to your higher self and getting you through that spiritual journey. They definitely help calm my nervous system after years of living in survival mode. And, they help me release those emotions that I've been carrying for decades. And, it just helped me reconnect with my inner voice and my intuitive gifts. Without these practices, my awakening would have definitely felt more chaotic, and but with them, I've definitely felt more grounded and been able to integrate those things within me. And if you're in the beginning, or starting out, or even halfway through, or going through your journey with your spiritual journey, breath work and meditation, just remember you don't need to be perfect when you do it. Like when I first started, I found it really difficult to sit for a long period of time, or just because there was so many things going through my brain. I started using just a guided meditation off YouTube, and just through my headphones, and found that that was a really good place to start. Having someone on the other end, telling me how to breathe, when to breathe, and giving me that silence. Yeah, and you don't even need to sit for long periods of time, or do anything really complicated. I would definitely start with even 5 or 10 minutes a day, and that can really even change your body and mind to respond to the awakening. Because it's not about escaping that human experience, it's just becoming more present within it. And sometimes the most powerful place to begin with is just that slow breath. And that's why, these techniques are definitely a part of my 12-week program, the Awaken and Anchor program that I run for my clients. And I see so many positive results with those coming through, with their breath work and meditation, and just being access to your higher self and allowing that time, that stillness for those messages and information to come through. So if you're interested in my program, Awaken and Anchor, please feel free to contact me through my Facebook page, Coastal Psychic Guides Spiritual School, or you can contact me personally, Kimm Dunn. And yeah, so that's probably about all I want to say on the breathwork and meditation. But give it a try if you haven't. It's definitely worth giving it a try, and just letting yourself be still and allow that time to come through, and feel that stillness and feel that awareness, and you'll definitely feel some shifts. And just stick with it. It's not something you're going to master overnight, but yeah, definitely something to give a try in your spiritual awakening. So thank you for listening to that part of my show, and let's take some callers. I would love to have some callers come through this evening. So, Jill. Hi, Jill. How are you?
Good.
That's good. Jill, where
I
are you
have
calling from today?
Wisconsin.
Lovely, lovely. You've got a question?
Yeah, about my work. I'm having a few problems at work with employees. I
Okay.
said I wasn't a racist, and it didn't go well. And
Okay.
with my bosses over a situation at work.
Okay. I'm just shuffling some cards. Let's see what pops out for you. And hopefully we can get some clarity around that for you. Have you been in that job for a while?
A year and a half.
Nice. Okay. What have we got? Okay. The message coming through is saying to review documents carefully. Is there a contract within that?
Is there what?
Okay. And is there a possibility of a new contract coming through?
A possibility of, say that again.
Okay. Because I've got, yeah, sure. I feel like there could be a different contract coming through for you because I'm getting,
Okay.
a fresh start, a very positive change.
Okay, that makes sense.
Great. And it's saying plans that work out perfectly. This is definitely going to be the contract or a better way of working within what you're doing now, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes, it does. What about pay, though? Will it go down?
Okay, let's have a look. You're quite spiritual too, aren't you?
Yes.
Because I also get the message that you're on a spiritual quest.
Okay.
Okay, so regarding the money, I'm getting success for that. So I don't feel like
Okay.
I don't feel like there's going less money, but I feel like there could be a bit more than what you're getting now, but not huge amounts more, if that makes sense.
Totally. Now, are my
Okay, great.
bosses going to stay angry at me?
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look.
Because I think they're angry at me.
Okay, let's see what the card says. Are you also recovering from an illness?
Yes.
Okay. The health is going to come back, if that makes sense. Like the vibrant health that you once had, you will feel that again.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. This card's saying streams in how you receive money. So I believe again that's coming out to tell us that the money situation is going to be fine for you. Let's just see what's happening with the
Okay.
boss. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, yeah, because this card this is more about you. Sorry, it's coming up health problems due to stress. They're saying let others help you. It's a need for balance.
Okay.
Yep. Also saying working too hard or too many hours. Is that
Okay.
something that you can reduce? I feel like that could be something that you could reduce in the new contract. So maybe that's not
Um,
quite why you're getting a huge amount more. I feel like that could be. Are you working 5 days at the moment?
I kind of I work with school kids.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, this card's coming out the release, the endings that lead to new beginnings.
Okay. But I'm okay at work with everyone.
Yeah, I'm getting good vibes about that.
Okay.
I feel like there's more people that you can trust than not, if
Okay.
that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like
Okay. Yes.
you've got more allies than not allies, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like the boss is really
Okay.
just sitting on the fence. I feel like he's happy with you and what you do, but I feel like he sees other people interfering as well.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Have you had a chat to him?
I did.
Okay. I feel like you could be over analyzing that situation just a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. So confidence, have some confidence in saying, I really
Okay.
feel like this is going to turn out in your favor.
Okay.
Yeah. So the card I've just pulled now is saying allowing worry to grow out of proportion.
Okay.
Yeah. So just refocus those thoughts for you.
Okay.
But I really do feel like a new contract is coming for you, and um, yeah, something that's going to suit you better and allow your health to come out of that stressful mode that you've been in, that I feel you've been in.
Okay.
Was there any other questions?
Do you see me moving?
Let's have a shuffle and see what we've got. So when I shuffle my card, just fall out like they have now. Let's have a look. Okay, I've got relocation.
Okay.
Yep. I don't feel that that's coming soon though. I feel like that could be mid of this year to late this year, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Would it be
Um,
my daughter?
with your daughter?
Yeah, that way.
Sure, I'm just going to use my pendulum to ask that question. Won't be a moment. Will it be with her daughter? Okay, that is for my yes. So my pendulum is swinging in a round motion at the moment, and that's my sign for a yes. So that will be with your daughter. Would it be living with her or closer to her?
Okay, near her.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Um, I really feel like there's a really spiritual transformation for you as well. Um, if you're not in the middle of it, you're going through that at the moment, and just seeing things a little bit clearer in, your reality, if that makes sense. Because as you know, you're creating your reality through your thoughts and what you're thinking every day and what you're putting out to the world. So don't forget to remember that you're the reality maker, if that makes sense. So
Totally.
what you're focusing on, yeah, what you're focusing on, like the law of attraction, is
Right.
yes, what you're focusing on, you're bringing in, and I feel like you're quite strong at that. And just keep doing what you're doing and keeping those thoughts and your vibration really high to bring those beautiful things in for yourself.
Okay.
So no more sleepless nights.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling in tonight.
Thank you. That was excellent.
You're welcome. You have a great night and get some sleep and stop worrying. And yes, good things are coming.
Thank you. You were excellent.
You're welcome. Have a
Right,
lovely night.
right on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All righty. Have we got another caller? Hey, Christina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really good, Christina. Was there a question you're thinking of, or you were just happy for me to pull some cards for you?
Either or. I was looking, well, more if it's gonna pull cards, more so my love life. I'm single right now.
Oh,
Do you see somebody coming in from my past or coming in someone new?
no worries. Oh, popping out. Okay, new beginnings. Release people that hold you back. So if that was an ex, we're not going back to exes, only moving forward. Um, I feel like you've been doing a bit of work on yourself. Is that right? Like spiritually?
Yeah, I have been doing work for myself. Yeah.
Yeah, good, good, good. Because I really feel like the vibration is um, is really high for yourself, and I really did. Let's see what else is coming through. Oh, okay, the wheels just popped out. Fresh starts, a very positive change in your life. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we've got someone coming in. They're saying he's very ambitious. Very ambitious. And I feel like he's been in a relationship before, or he's been married before, but he's now been taking some time to do some work on himself. Like I've just said to you, have you been doing some work on yourself? And I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
vibration that he's raising at the moment is going, and that you've been raising your vibration as well, that you can come in and meet at a same level, if that makes sense. I
Yeah,
feel
that
like
makes
he's going
sense.
to be very sensitive and like very open-hearted. Um, but yeah, there's definitely an emotional connection that you'll have on a really deeper level, if that makes sense, than you've had before. I feel like in past relationships, been okay, but there's always something missing. And I feel like this guy's going to give you the thing that was missing, if that makes sense. But there's definitely a
Mm-hmm.
romantic encounter coming and a fresh start with him. Um, feeling that we're looking at probably at least 3 months before he does come in. So in that time, I'll definitely be giving yourself that time to, raise your vibration and, allow yourself to learn and really put out, especially with the new moon that we've just had, put out your intentions of what you really want in a partner in the future. Not just in looks and so forth, but, is he is he empathetic? Is he respectful? Is he, just those sort of beautiful things that you want to be able to have in your life. So just make sure that you're putting the intention out of what you want that person to be. Um, yeah, no, I really feel like your psychic abilities are very high too, and definitely
Oh
again around this
wow.
time at the moment with Moon. Are you psychic in a way, or do you feel like you've got some sort of abilities? We all have got
I
abilities, of
feel like
course,
I
but
have a lot of deja vu moments, and I scare myself. I feel like
okay.
I have a lot of deja vu moments. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, perfect. Would definitely pay attention to those signs because that would be just your spirit team trying to get through to you and give you some messages. Are you meditating at the moment?
No, I have not been. No.
Okay. That's a great place to start to just to still your mind and allow yourself to hear your higher self. And that gives you time to really listen to yourself for what you really want going forward in the future with this person that's coming in for you. But I also see you on a spiritual quest. There's just probably possibly a change in priorities, and that moving on with this guy is it's an experience that you haven't had before. That's what I feel. I feel like he's really going to bring some new things to your life and your routines, if that makes sense. But yeah, make sure you're asking for your angels for help. Speak to your spirit team and ask them, because we've all got a spirit team. We've got guides and our angels, who are usually our deceased loved ones. They're always they're always around us, knowing everything that we do. So just chat to them and speak to them and ask them to bring in, this person for you as well. And but definitely take the time out to really sit with yourself and just allow that time for you to listen to your higher self, if that makes sense.